Everyone, welcome to another edition of Joshing Around Milwaukee. As always, I am Josh Albrecht, and with me is...
Hey, it's Josh Albrecht.
That's right, and today we have Erik Kennedy of ElevAsian with us.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Josh is having some fun, 'cause 2 Joshes are better than 1.
Erik, how you doing?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's so exciting to have you here in studio talking a little joshing around Milwaukee. And I know you're an active guy in the community. You're always out and about as well. So you're Eriking around the Milwaukee as well. So, so it's good to get you into the
Eriking around.
I like that. I'm gonna have to do that.
We're just gonna
Hashtag that up.
That's right. Just add it on.
So we're excited to talk to you about Milwaukee and then also ElevAsian and some of the great things that you're working on in the community. Before we begin, I'm going to start. Sometimes we ask this question towards the end, but I'm going to start right away with you.
Oh,
Milwaukee's got some fresh city vibes right now. A lot of cool things happening in the city, especially going into the summertime. What is giving you some fresh city vibes right now? What's catching your eye? What are you doing out there in the community?
Yeah, I think that for me, I love, if you haven't checked out the rebrand of VISIT Milwaukee, I think that's a really cool thing to check out. And I know that the VISIT Milwaukee team, led by yourself and Peggy and Claire and all those fun people, you guys have done such an amazing job at ensuring that everyone's included in this rebrand launch, and how it really exemplifies now what is Milwaukee, my Milwaukee, and our Milwaukee going forward. And so, like, being able to see that, and also all the activations that are transpiring now as we get into the warmer times is really amazing. And I can't wait to see what this springtime, summertime, fall season holds for us with the some of the activations that are coming into the Harley Davidson concert series that's coming, the RNC, also Northwestern Mutual annual meeting, the Baird Center opening up in a couple of weeks, right?
Yeah.
Also the Baird annual meeting, and just seeing all these different groups from people from all walks of life coming to Milwaukee within the next couple of months is pretty inspiring. So that's what I'm excited about.
Yeah, and I
don't know how much you gave him for that answer, but that was like, I was like,
classic.
Erik right now is guaranteeing that he makes the highlight point. Like I'm telling you right now, Erik, they're going to take the first 2 minutes of this, cut it.
It'll be at our annual meeting.
All of it.
Love it.
All right, you can give us the script, by the way. Thanks for coming, Erik. That's been great.
Thanks for having me.
Where's this nice eloquence from you? What did I get from you? Oh, nice rebrand, Josh.
You never gave me the script, you know?
But I also think, like, with the game, or with where we're at right now, I think that what they've done within the lot, because I listen throughout the day, and being able to listen to you guys talk sports, but also community related activations and issues, and sharing your opinions on what's going on in the community, and including those types of peoples and personalities, and seeing and knowing what you guys do throughout the community and how passionate you guys are, that really speaks of what is our community. Bringing people together. You may not agree on different sports decisions or wins and losses, but at the end of the day, being able to support these Visit MK destinations, these local sports teams or statewide sports teams, it's pretty amazing to see people coming together, and now supporting different restaurants, bars, and museums, and all that fun stuff. So
see, and now I owe him too. We're covering all.
I really like that, Josh Albrecht.
Wow. Somehow I feel like we just became award winning.
Exactly.
Just became.
Erik, you should come on. We should have just be a part of it. Maybe we should just be Eriking around.
Of course. Bring it back on with the Milwaukee Wave guys. That was crazy. But let's talk about some of the things you're working on, because thank you so much for the accolades, and we appreciate your support. But you do some pretty amazing things with a great group of people in the community as well, particularly through the organization ElevAsian. Can you tell us a little bit about how that got started, and sort of what the mission is and what you're looking towards this year?
So ElevAsian organically came together in 2015 between Sherry Tran, Jessica Boyd, Mine Zatal, and myself. And we just saw each other at different community events and activations, right? And we realized that not that we were the only ones, but our personalities, our common interests, our passions, we all kind of came together and we saw one another and we started getting to know one another. I think that the reason that ElevAsian started is that we saw that there was misrepresentation or a lack of representation, really, of AAPI or Asian American Pacific Islanders at these events or initiatives. And where a lot of times, sometimes it is warranted where Asians or AAPIs are not included in DEI activations or initiatives, right? And that is warranted at times, right? But then also sometimes having those transparent, meaningful conversations of saying like, hey, we're here too. Did you know that in the state of Wisconsin, we have the third largest Hmong population in the United States, right? And also we have an ever-growing refugee population of Rohingya, Karen, and Burmese in the Greater Milwaukee area. And so I think that it's really getting people to be more aware of AAPI engagement. And so what ElevAsian is really committed to doing is really elevating the visibility of AAPI businesses, stakeholders, so individuals, community members, leaders, also businesses, community issues, and really trying to live unapologetically Asian for the Greater Milwaukee area. I think that since COVID, unfortunately, and the rise of Asian hate or AAPI hate is at an all-time high, and us being able to ElevAsian being able to help address that and also raise awareness and work with local elected officials, statewide elected officials, different organizations as well, has been really truly inspiring and being able to create that awareness. I think that really for me and really ElevAsian is trying to get more people to be out and about in the community and support those amazing AAPI businesses, events, with Milwaukee Wave, there's a couple of AAPI players, so trying to support them, right? But also raising the awareness of AAPI in the community is pretty amazing, and we're honored to do that.
Yeah, that's wonderful. It's a great initiative, and obviously the organization continues to grow. Yeah. I see the events that you're working on, the getting out in the community, celebrating the stories, and sharing the message so well. It's been a pleasure to see that and work with you to help spread all the good news that you're trying to get out there.
Thank you.
What do you think has been one of the biggest catalysts since you started over the last few years? What's really elevated ElevAsian?
I think that stakeholders and organizations like VISIT Milwaukee, or even today, right, with the game and VISIT Milwaukee coming together and joshing around. But I think it's really having those types of advocates, allies, supporters that really are saying like, we want to see the community grow socially and economically. So how can we continue to support those amazing individuals, those businesses, or how can I be a part of this solution and help empower others, right? So whether it's elected officials, whether it is businesses, or whether it is other community stakeholders or organizations coming together and saying like, we're going to recognize AAPI Heritage Month. We're going to celebrate how the state just recently passed having AAPI curriculum into public schools, K through 12 education system going forward. So that's a pretty big win for the AAPI community, but also for the state as well. So I think that having those advocates and allies and supporters really providing that type of support socially and economically has been really inspiring for us. And seeing the growth of it, where we just kind of created this group, but then it's elevated or it's grown organically over the last few years, has been really inspiring. I think COVID, I wouldn't say COVID's a blessing in disguise at any point, but like I think that COVID has helped elevate the visibility of AAPI communities even more.
Sure.
So
yeah, that's amazing.
Silver lining and something terrible.
Yeah, exactly.
So with AAPI Month coming up here, you also have Asian Restaurant Week coming up. May is going to be a busy time frame. How do people get involved, and what can they do to sort of get out into the community and celebrate the month? Yeah,
I think that for me, with any themed months, right, whether it's Pride Month or Black History Month or Hispanic Heritage Month, or especially with AAPI Heritage Month, it's really not only learning, removing your lens to embrace everyone for who they are, but also really learning and having that being intentional in terms of learning and growing and listening too, but also not only supporting activations and businesses during that month, but also doing it going forward and also stepping outside your social comfort zone. For me, I love breaking bread and bringing people together. And so for me, I love eating. So I like going with others, right? And I think that for me, it's really not only doing it for that week or for that month, but really saying like, how can I get other people involved or aware of these amazing businesses throughout the Greater Milwaukee area, and really saying like, not only are we going to highlight this business or that activation during that month, but really how can we spread the word and get others and inspire them to go not only that week or that month, but going forward into the next couple of months or into the following year, right?
Yeah.
So,
definitely. And if breaking bread and sort of gathering around a dinner table, is a great way to sort of take walls down and just to sort of have conversation about anything. It's a common space that people can come together, have talks, get to know each other. So with Restaurant Week coming, what's a few of the locations that would be perfect for someone to sort of get together with friends and family and have a great spot?
For me, I love Momo Me, which is in the Harbor District. It's an Asian fusion restaurant, but Kim and Tony and their team do an amazing job. But it's a little bit of everything that you may want of Asian food. I think the other favorite for me on the east side is called Isan, which is a Thai Laotian restaurant. Another big restaurant that I like, which is in the Silver City area, which is off of National Avenue, is Sponge Garden.
Yeah, that's good.
And then there's another one that has really good pho, which is also off of in Silver City. So I think that also there's some newer restaurants within the area that offer different Korean restaurants and hot pot restaurants. So like, it's amazing to see the growth of all these Asian restaurants. And I really do hope the community really supports it. I think that, to your point, Josh, is that sports, music, arts and culture and food really bring people together from all different backgrounds. And you may not agree with each other personally, but like, you can come and support a team, or you can come and support an amazing, delicious restaurant.
You find a common bond.
You can find a common bond, which is pretty amazing what you guys are doing. So,
Do you take chicken? Do you take tofu? Do you take pork? What's your go-to?
I love all types of.
I was gonna say, keep going. Haven't found one yet.
So like at Momo Me, if you haven't had soup dumplings, I highly recommend them. They're called long bao soup dumplings, but definitely don't pop them in your mouth right away. Definitely make that insert into the dumpling, because if not, you're gonna burn your mouth, which I've seen people do.
Pro tip.
Pro tip.
That's why you gotta listen for
that.
That's right.
But we'll have to break bread together. But like, I think that I love dumplings. I love the beef chow fun there. But there's a lot of great dishes to try during Restaurant Week, and there's a lot of different amazing restaurants that will be featured and highlighted during Asian Restaurant Week as well.
I always find that restaurant weeks or promotions similar to that are a great way to try something you've never tried before, because the special menus are out. Some of them are prefix menus or discounts. It's just a great way to say, you know what, I might always get this dish, but today I'm gonna try these dumplings, or I'm gonna try something I've never tried before.
And they're so important, because I feel like as people, we're so used to just doing what we're comfortable in. And these really kind of force you to, you know what, let's try something different, and then that becomes a new norm. It's so important to try those new things.
And for me, it's really the reason I love doing these breaking bread meals is because I do family style. So it's like you guys were talking about, is saying like, how can I try a little bit of everything? And you may not like that, but at least you're trying it and you're stepping outside your food palate comfort zone, right? So,
do you have to step out of your comfort zone sometimes in the food palate?
There are certain things that I may not enjoy, but I think that for me, it's to that point of like, I'll try it, and then if I don't like it, I probably won't bring that into the breaking bread rotation. But you know what? But if someone else does, I try it. So like, why not do it? So
one of my favorite things when I go out to eat with people, trying somewhere new, I'm always just like, whatever you just ordered.
Yeah.
Like if you took me to a restaurant, you're like, this is one of my favorite restaurants. I'm like, I'm going to get exactly what you get because you've been here.
Yeah,
So I'm a big believer in that.
When my wife and I will go out, we strategize. So we'll be like, all right, what are you thinking? Okay, I was thinking about that as like my second choice, but then I was also looking at this. Okay, you get that. I'm gonna get this, and then I need like 2 bites of, to try stuff. We are not, when it comes to food. We are not a family.
This is a guy who's already mapping out a state fair.
I'm
going to get concessions.
You can't just no. You get your plate, I'll get mine. Like we're here for a short time. I'm trying food. Let's go.
Are your kids picky eaters, or do they?
Very picky.
Okay.
I think kids are always a little picky.
Okay.
Kids are going to be chicken tenders.
All right.
Hey, come on.
There's nothing wrong with
chicken tenders. I'm just
like,
you're talking about stepping outside your boundaries. One thing.
That's right. I love that. So, as people are looking, planning ahead, what are the dates of Asian Restaurant Week, and where can you get information? What's the easiest place to see who's participating and where to go?
So, Asian Restaurant Week transpires May 19th through May 26th. That's also one of our key signature events. That is not tickets don't go on sale yet, but it's in collaboration with Marquette University Lubar Center with Judge Derek Mosley. And also it's an opportunity that we're going to highlight different restaurants, but also have some panel discussion on that AAPI Heritage Month. But restaurant weeks during that time. Also check out ElevAsianWI.com or on Instagram or on X, I guess. I keep on always saying it's Twitter.
It's Twitter.
All right, good.
Twitter. Yeah.
It's also it's ElevAsian WI. So just follow us, and then that you can also find us on Facebook as well. But I realize that Facebook is really generally targeted more for the older, like millennials and older.
Right. Why he's looking at me?
Well, I'm looking at both all three of us.
You can keep looking right there.
But like someone like me who's a millennial,
I love Facebook.
But like I love Facebook, and like I get more of my stuff.
I admit it.
Yeah.
But yeah, ElevAsian WI. Or just type in ElevAsian and you can find us. So,
if someone, you guys need volunteers, like if someone wants to be involved with like helping to plan, if you're maybe in 25, 26, how do they get involved?
We would love it. So, I mean, like we're also hosting our second annual Dumpling Fest, which I believe it's going to happen in mid-June, where we had our first one and it was a huge success. So thanks again to Visit Milwaukee for supporting that. But it's really different restaurants and chefs that are coming together to make their own inspired dumpling. They don't have to be AAPI or Asian, but it's really, we've had Dan in the past. One of my good friends, Chef Adam Public from Egg and Flour and Reality Chef has been our MC and will be our MC again this year. We've had state representatives Francesca Hong and Judge Derek Mosley also as our guest judges. So
if you ever need a guest judge,
well, we'll have to. Let's go. Let's go.
Making?
No.
Eating?
Oh yeah. I love it. So I'll definitely talk to Sherry and Jessica about that. But like, but I think that's the thing for Sherry, Jessica, and I, because we're the three going forward right now, is that we can only do so much. And I think that we're at a point where we would love for more people to get involved, and people have, right? And I think that the beautiful thing about the continued growth of ElevAsian will only happen if we have more minds and more ideas rather than the three of us, right? And I think that I'll age myself, and I'm a millennial, so like the next generation and the next generation after that, they are far more advanced in technology and social media, especially. So like, how can we get the word out on that is something that we always look for and strive for. So
yeah, that's amazing. The Lubar Center thing would be fantastic, and Judge Mosley is always a great advocate for great things, and he was on Good Things Brewing and our TV show in season 1, and you made a special appearance on the Visit Milwaukee Good Things Brewing TV show in season 2.
I did, and that's the cool thing is that if you guys have never checked out the Dragon Boat Festival in early August, so many different companies and groups come together in Lakeshore Park near Summerfest. And it's such a beautiful, inspiring day where people just come together, put in some physical activity, I guess, and then just eat a lot of different food and just converse. And so it's a pretty cool thing to see that. I will not actively participate, but I'll be a great cheerleader and supporter, right? But it's a cool thing to see, and we're grateful that Sherry was featured on Good Things Brewing, and that I was able to support it as well.
Yeah, that was wonderful. It's a great episode. You can check that out at visitmilwaukee.org if you want to check out that episode and be a part of it. And yeah, it's a very cool event. So, I mean, between the restaurant week and the dumpling fest and of course the dragon boat races, you guys are involved in stuff all summer long. Is there ever a time when there's not something going on?
I think that we try to do also what we call ElevAsian invasion restaurants, where we will pick out a restaurant maybe bi-monthly and invite a bunch of people to come out and support that restaurant.
Very cool.
It goes into that play or that mentality of like, don't just support it during that week or that month, but also support that business throughout the course of the year. So
yeah, well, that's a great idea.
Thanks.
Yeah, like a little old school cash mile.
Yeah,
thing, right?
exactly.
Comes in and really supports it and takes it over and lights it up. Really, probably everybody's posting on social. It's probably a nice little boost for that restaurant that week or month. And little things like that, it's great. Little things like that, those little moments of support for a small business owner can mean the world. Like it can change their month, which can ultimately change their year. It just shows that you're part of a community and support. So it's wonderful that you all do that and support restaurants and businesses throughout the entire region.
Awesome, thank you.
Yeah. So anything with ElevAsian that we haven't touched on? Anything looking forward, future look, or anything like that we should be bringing up today?
I would just say continue to support amazing organizations throughout the Greater Milwaukee area, whether that is like Social X or Milwaukee Pride or Urban League, and the list goes on and on, or the game or Visit Milwaukee. Definitely utilize those resources because they are committed to providing an inclusive experience. With ElevAsian, we're always looking to provide an outlet for other AAPI community members, but also advocates knowledge, right? To continuing to educate the community and elevate the visibility of AAPI businesses, stakeholders, activations, and whatnot, right? And I think that just removing your lens to embrace each person for who they are, and they're also really trying to continue to, if you have the financial means or if you have the capacity, continue to actively promote or support socially or economically those businesses or there's activations. And if you feel compelled, volunteer also throughout the community. I think that we're all in this together. We may not fully be best friends, which is totally understandable, but we don't have to be. But at the end of the day, how can we support one another?
That's right.
And see each other be successful and not throw people under the bus. I think that's the greatest mentality to have.
Oh, that's wonderful.
I love it.
Yeah. Thanks again for coming in today. I think I spied Josh already put in an order for some scribblings over there. So I think he's got to run.
I'm mapping things out. I've been over here half the time jotting notes down.
I was like, can you just repeat those restaurants one more time?
So taking down the notes.
Yeah, right. So excited to
WI. Got it. All right.
Awesome. Can't wait to take part in Asian Restaurant Week this year and some of the other great events ElevAsian's doing. Thank you again for all the great work.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Erik.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.